श्रीमान मेदा रघुनाथ रेड्डी.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you, Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir. The Union Budget 2026-27 has been presented at a time when India's economic fundamentals remain stable. Government revenues are strong, and with the total expenditure of about 53.5 lakh crores and a physical deficit target of 4.3% of GDP. The budget reflects responsible and balanced financial management. India's growth is largely consumption-driven, contributing nearly 60% to GDP. Sustaining this growth requires balancing fiscal discipline with taxpayer relief and adequate liquidity for business. In this context, I wish to raise three key concerns. First, unmet expectations of the middle class. Second, continuing ease of doing business challenges. And third, policy measures required to fully harness India's demographic opportunity, which will peak around 2041, sir. Individually, tax missing middle class relief, sir. Despite rising personal income tax collections, the budget has retained the existing slab structure. This has resulted in a fiscal drag, where inflation pushes taxpayers into higher tax brackets without any real increase in purchasing power. Middle income taxpayers, particularly those earning around 15 lakhs annually, are under pressure from rising housing, healthcare, and education costs. However, the expected increase in the basic exemption limit or widening of lower tax slabs has not been addressed. The highest tax rate of 30%, which effectively rises to nearly 40% after surcharge, applies at relatively modest income levels. Many experts have suggested raising this threshold to encourage compliance and domestic investments. Similarly, while employment-related expenses have increased, the standard deduction remains unchanged at 50,000 rupees under the old regime and 70,000 under the new regime. A revision to 1 lakh would have provided meaningful relief. While the new tax regime promotes simplicity, it excludes key deductions related to savings, health insurance, and housing. As a result, simplicity has come at the cost of long-term financial security. A progressive standard deduction or selective inclusion of core social security deductions would have struck a better balance. Sir, ease of doing business. While the budget focuses on physical consolidation, it falls short on ease of doing business. Concerns faced by the entrepreneurs who are expected to drive India's growth over the next 2 decades. A major gap in the absence of one-time mechanism to resolve long pending tax disputes. Over 5.49 lakhs tax appeals remain pending, locking up large sums of business capital. Industry had expected a settlement or amnesty type scheme, but the budget offers only limited procedure relief. On GST implementation, while collection have improved significantly, there are instances where some field-level officials create unnecessary hurdles by issuing repeated summons and harassing dealers. Clearly, instructions are needed to ensure a facilitative and trust-based approach, sir. Further, under GST notifications relating to works contract, notification number 1, 2018, dated 21/2018, 5% rate applies to the government contractors where the earthwork component of exceeds 75%, including subcontractors. However, in practice, this benefit is often denied to subcontractors engaged by the other subcontractors, despite the nature of the work being identical. These results in the illogical situation where a subcontractor collects 5% GST but is forced to pay 18% the next level, creating undue financial stress. I urge the government to issue the clear instructions to uniformly extend the concessional rate to all the eligible subcontractors. Sir, further, non-corporate MSMEs such as proprietorships, partnerships, and LLPs face effective tax rates of over 31% compared to 25% for the corporate manufacturing entities. This lack of tax parity discourages reinvestment and pushes firms to restructure for the tax reasons rather than efficiency. Targeted income tax relief and fairer treatment would directly support job creation and grassroots growth, sir. Demographic divided, the 2047 opportunity, sir. India is at critical juncture where the next 20 years represent a one-time opportunity to convert our demographic advantage into sustained economic growth. Nearly 65% of our population is below the age of 35 age, sir, and the working age population is expected to peak by 2041. Government employment alone cannot generate the nearly 1 crore jobs required annually. Therefore, policy must focus on empowering young entrepreneurs, particularly in the high-growth sunrise sectors, sir. India's ambitions in renewable energy and semiconductors are welcome. However, sir, half minute, sir, for my party time, sir.
Sir, we will reduce my time.
Conclude.
Sir,
Conclude.
semiconductors are welcome. However, growth must extend beyond metropolitan startups to mass entrepreneurship across Bharat. This requires stronger credit guarantee schemes, simpler regularly exits, and better integration of MSMEs from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities into global value chains, sir. A long-term entrepreneurship divided roadmap aligned with the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 is needed to support the regional growth clusters and promote innovation, research and skill development, sir. With these observations,
Thank you.
on behalf of YSR party, I support the union budget 2026-27, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.